Well, hi Peter, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Great.
Maybe you could introduce yourself to people.
Yeah. Well, I am a full-time employee. I'm an IT professional and a part-time trader.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
How long have you been trading?
um, um, with you about 6 years.
No, how long have you been trading?
But before I probably 10 over years.
So you've been trading for 10 over years, and just give us a little bit of a history of your trading career.
Okay, so when I first introduced to the trading, it was mainly Singapore stocks, and usually it is based on my broker's recommendation, so whether the entry and exit, yeah.
And then?
Later on, I took up a course a year, probably about 2 years before I met you, and it was doing okay, but mainly because the market was declining.
So you're short?
Yes, basically short.
Fair enough.
Through CFDs, and I come to a point where I was told that sometimes there's no more scripts to short, so I thought I better find a different instrument. So that's where I thought that the forex market is good. In two ways. Firstly, it's very liquid and it is open 24 hours, which suit a working professional like myself.
So, can we ask the hard question and say, how much money were you making in that period?
It is quite substantial.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. And then what happened?
And it was okay for the CFD part. So later on, I started trading the forex. Within the first month, I make 100% return.
Wow.
Yes, but I give back all over the next 1 year and more. Yeah.
All
So
right.
that's where I was introduced to one of your free talk, and so I come to know about you and become one of the students.
Okay. So at the time though, before you decided to come to my courses, in terms of the money you'd made, you obviously said it was substantial in stocks. We know that you gave back the profits from the forex, but did you keep the money from stocks at the time? I know it's a painful memory, but in case, just want to clarify where we are, where you started from.
The stocks, well, of course, part of the profit we went on a holiday, and part of it become my trading capital.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you started with a profit in stocks, shifted to CFDs, lost all of that plus the profits you made in that first month plus, but you've retained a lot of the profits you made in stocks. Why didn't you just stay with stocks?
I don't know. I guess. I just wanted to learn how to trade, and I just refused to give up.
Okay. Well, I know that you've done all of my courses. You went through HOS and Barros swinging, market profile, and the Rayway. Also know from personal experience that you've been struggling to find that what you call success. So let's take this a step further, and if it's 5 years down the track and you're really successful, what would that look like to you?
To me, that means I can make and keep the profit, yes, consistently. So what happened is over the past 6 years, I would be making money, and then I would give it all back and more, and then I will try again, and it seems to be a cycle. So it has been quite challenging, especially to restart again.
So what I hear you saying is that you have successful periods where you make some good money, and then you give it all back plus, then you take a step back, stop trading, then you start again after the period.
Yes.
So what's been the major block? We know what you wanted to do. You want to be consistently profitable without giving it all back. What's the major block, do you think? Or what has been the major block?
I think a few things, but one of the major thing was that when I start losing, I tend to increase my position size.
Okay.
Yes, so that is where I actually give back the profit very quickly. Yes.
So that fear cycle comes in very quickly for you.
Yes.
Okay. So you did a number of my courses, and we know from experience that they didn't quite get you to where you wanted to go. At the time that you started this course in February, this one, end of January, February, what were your hopes for the course? What did you look to achieve?
I would say a positive expectancy, which I achieved at the end of the course, and I'm very happy with that. But more importantly, this course is not so much about methodology. In fact, I was taking course after course also because I thought if I can get a better method, I will then trade better, and therefore make me a better trader. But something that you said really struck me is that if I don't get the results I want, I shouldn't be looking at what are the reasons, but try to look at a pattern. And in fact, you have said it more than once, but I never looked deep enough. Somehow this time around, I find that there are two main patterns. One is the risk management part, which is when I'm losing, I tend to increase the position size because probably I want to win back. Yes. Yeah. And the other thing is there are more small things that I haven't been doing, and I managed to achieve a breakthrough. One of them is just doing the equities journal. So why is it important to me? I guess in the past when I'm making money, I know I'm making because I look at the account size. So I also didn't do the equities journal because I can see it's growing. But when I'm losing, I don't want to see it. So I guess in the end, what I didn't achieve from not doing the journal is I'm unable to truly learn from it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would just then just take more action. To me, is taking action equates to I know that I'm making an effort, and so even though it's not making the progress I want, so I didn't kind of change the way I'm doing things.
So what I hear you saying was, if you got into a losing run, well, let's take that back. Whether you were losing or making money, as far as the journals were concerned, you wouldn't keep them updated. Yes. So you lacked an important resource to learn from your mistakes. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then you equated taking action as doing something different.
Yes.
But in fact, it was doing the same thing.
Yes.
So you ended up with the same result, which was to lose the money. Is that fairly
yes,
summary? Okay. So what was different about this course? What made the insights? How were the insights made possible for you?
This course, okay, so one thing is that it's fairly intensive. The first month, we meet almost every morning, and then we have to present you. Initially, you taught us the so-called the works of the course, and after that it's our turn to present our plan, and then every day as the trade develops, we have to implement. We have to have a view. I have to have a plan, like what we need to take, and so all these little things kind of help me refine the process. So one of the thing is that I find difficulties in the past is that when the trade didn't reach my target and then I give back, then I will feel very upset that I give back the profit. And then like you rightly pointed out, if I did take the profit and too early and the trade continued to go my way, I also get upset for taking out too early. So so I couldn't find that kind of balance. So the difference in this course is that it kind of helped me modify the rule to suit my psychological need for not giving back, at the same time is able to have the potential to let the profit run. So this has helped me to follow my rule. That's one. Second thing is that I was able to put the risk management in place so that during my losing period, in fact I had a losing period from March to April, but it didn't destroy my account because I was able to then very quickly reduce the size that I trade. So instead of doubling, I halve it, and I become more cautious. So the risk was kept at a minimum.
Okay, let me just recap what I think you're saying. You can just confirm if I'm right or wrong. It sounds like to me you're saying that the course was more personal in terms of previous courses you've done, even with me, and that allowed you to tailor your plan in a way that may permitted you to do the things you know you have to do, like keep your journals, and to reduce your position size when you're having what we call an edge stage. Is that a fairly good summary?
Yes, yes, yes. And on top of that, because it during the first month when we are trying to form new habits, every day we have to show you our plan, and we kind of have a chance to correct it on the fly as it develops. So it's not in the previous time where we may have a weekly meeting, and so by then I may not remember why I'm doing it. So now it's every day, and as the market changes from day to day, I'm able to take corrective action real time, and so I learn from that and I use it during the next week. So I can see the progress very fast, and it's kind of like a positive feedback.
Okay.
So it makes me want to continue doing the small thing.
Okay, so you've learned the process that you believe will continue to make you successful. You say you've had a positive return for the course. Let's look at the negative side, because obviously those are things you like, right? Okay.
Yes.
Let's look at the negative side. What's the one thing you hate about this course?
It is more because for me, I find that the behavioral change in myself. So it's more a challenge against like what I haven't been doing, and having to make the effort to do those things. So those are the very difficult thing in the past, because it brings back kind of negative emotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd rather have the progress without the negative emotions.
Yes, but unfortunately it cannot. So I just take it one day at a time. Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Peter?
No, I just want to thank you, and I think that because I have both positive results plus 7 consecutive losses, and then and yet I can keep it my expectancy positive. So I think I have a roadmap to guide me going forward.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.